Welcome back. By now, I'm assuming you have already created a course or two, maybe more. And what I'm looking at right now is just the Schoology homepage. I want to talk a little bit more about some other options within Schoology. Right now I want to focus on groups. As you can see, I'm part of two groups. One group that I created here called Prospect Professional Development, and another group called PHS Physics Department, which Katie Page added me to. Now I can go ahead and create a new group from here. I can also see all groups, and all groups together would be my groups in that tab. School groups, these are the groups that are just part of certain specific high schools. Right now I'm showing District 214. If I go just to Prospect, right now there's only one public group available for me. I can also look at public groups, meaning outside of our district, outside of our school. These are people from all over the world. You can again join any of these. This again is a great example of Schoology, in their ways to get into social networking. So let's say I wanted to maybe see what other people are doing with flipped classrooms, or people with questions about Common Core, they might go someplace here. Or maybe you are fantastic with differentiated instruction and you feel like you might have a lot to offer some other people, so you could join that one. As you can see, there are just literally thousands of different groups that you could join or create on your own. So let's go back to my groups. From here, we can do a couple of different things. Since I've already created the professional development group, what I would like to do is probably edit it, or I could I can go into it from here, and I can walk you through all of the links over here that you see on the left-hand side. So first things first, if I wanted to create a group, from the Groups drop-down menu, I click on the Create button. The school for me shows up by default as District 214. Yours should show up by Prospect. From here you can create a name for it. Generic group. Privacy level. Oh, by the way, you can also enter a description here if you choose to. Since I'm not going to make this public, and since I'm actually not even going to create it, I'm just showing you how it's done. At this point, I'm not going to add a description. There's really no point to it. Privacy here, this means that anybody within our district can see the group and join it. This means that only people within our school. The privacy here could mean only people that have already been added to the group can actually see it. Or if I want to just play around and see if I can kind of make this thing work for me and see if I can make it work for my class, I'll select no one. And when I do that, only you will be able to see the group. So this is a great way to create something and play around and not have it show up publicly. And if you screw it up, it's really no big deal. The other way to do access to it is through invite. That way you will send members kind of an invite request like, hey, join my group. You can leave it open, or visible, I guess, which would allow people to request to join your group, or open altogether, which means anyone who can view your group can join it. That's kind of the one that even goes with outside the district. So from here, I'm actually going to cancel it. To show you what my group for professional development looks like, let me edit the options here and show you what it looks like here. I said my info, Prospect Professional Development, description, Prospect's web delivered training for professional development. The privacy right now I have is set to the district. I could also just set it to the school if I had chosen to as well. The access is open. Anybody who can view this group can also join it. I did not set a category for it. I can go ahead and look to see which one matches best. This would allow people who are searching to join groups, they can find my group or your group or whoever's group more easily. So I'm not going to select a category right now. I'm leaving it as is. If I look at the settings here, it shows you visually who can do what within the group. So the privacy settings, other settings, and parent visitor settings. I can moderate the group here. This means if there were, let's say I created a group, I had students in there, and you know, maybe I wanted to moderate some of the posts that they've already had. You know, God forbid somebody might say something awful. I could go ahead and delete it from here. And then here shows the recycling bin. This is all the posts that have already been kind of deleted. They're put in there temporarily. So let me go back here and cancel. I see my two groups. I'm going back to professional development. And I want to talk a little bit about what we see here. First things first is an update. If I enter something in here, no matter what it is, it's going to show up to anybody who's part of my group. So this is a great way to just disseminate information. So here's an example. I love Schoology. I hope you do too. So I can post that there. Now, this would show up on the home page on that activity feed too. So you would see that show up as well. Let me go to the next step. Oh, and I guess I should touch on this too. If I wanted to embed anything here, like a link, some files, another resource, something else that I've already updated or uploaded, and I want to upload maybe something new, I can too. I can also embed an audio or a video recording. So that might be something that you'd be interested too if you have a group and you want to share something that might be part of an assignment, or you know you're going to be gone one day, and you could even set it up in advance and kind of do a kind of maybe a visual walkthrough or even just an audio walkthrough of what the lesson might look like for that day. And then you can also you know, create a poll from in here. What you can do is add a couple of different options to it that allows the people that are part of your group to vote on that. Let me go over here to discussions. Discussions is just what it sounds like. It's a way for you to maybe propose a question, maybe to get people thinking about something that might be of interest to you, or let's say it's a class. Maybe this might be a great way to introduce a lesson and ask a question to them that that might create a little bit of a debate, and you know, ask them to go to Schoology, go to your group, and you know, and answer and join the discussion. So I can make a title here. I'm just going to make it test discussion. Now I've got this here. What we can do is go into it, and this is where I might pose my question. And every user who comes in here is going to be able to now post to it. So where that was just my test discussion text, I can then answer from here and say whatever I want. And then I post it. Now it shows up underneath it. So if somebody else wants to discuss this as well, they do the same thing. It'll show up just like mine. So any of you that are familiar with something like Facebook, this is very similar to that, where somebody posts something and people comment on it. Very similar. Albums is the next the link over here. Albums is just a way for people that are participating in this group, a way for them to share media. So I can create a new album. And I can create it from here. What I can do now is upload files. Let's say I want to share a picture or a file. All I do is click Add Media. Oop, it says there are no items in this album. Sorry about that. Oh, there it goes. So I can add media here, attach files. I can go to my desktop. I can go to pictures, whatever I like, and upload it straight from there. I'm going to cancel and not really upload anything right now. But that's a way that you could allow students to also share maybe some things that they've created, and it would also allow other people, other students, to comment on it, to give feedback. Again, this next one is just members. In members, right now it's only me. If I want to add people, there he is again. There's Rudy. Let's say I want to add Rudy to this one. I can search for him. Go to prospects. Let's search for Novak. I can add Frank to this one if I want to. Click Add Members. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to click Cancel. Now, resources. What I can do from here is I can add resources. Just like I could with courses, I can do the same thing here with groups. So from resources, I can add folders. I can add assignment templates. I can add tests and quizzes, files, links. You guys can read all of these things. I am not going to do that. But this is just another place you can do it. Anybody who's in the group has access to those resources. So that's a great way to share resources with your colleagues. Maybe other people that teach that section of, I don't know, let's say history, world history. World history teachers could create a group and they could share some resources together. We will probably get a little more in-depth on this when we meet. And if you have any questions at all, obviously come down and see me or reach out to your DTCs. Talk to you soon.